What's up, super people? My name is Aaron Oster. I am a #1 best-selling author on Amazon, and I am finally back after a bit of a shaky schedule due to work and very, very busy times. Finally back. Hopefully, I'll be uploading at least twice a week now. If you could destroy that like button, I would really appreciate it. Subscribe to, tell your friends, and with that said, let's get right into today's video. And today I'm going to talk about the project I just finished, how I wrote a book that is over 180,000 words in just 24 days. That would be 24 working days, by the way. I'm Jewish. I don't work Saturdays, so I work Sunday through Friday. Let's get right into it. I'll give a little intro as to what the book is. So this is the 8th book in my Rise to Omniscience series. I just went up for pre-order yesterday. It's called Sunscorch, and I had a really fun time coming up with that name, talking to some of my beta readers. It was a very involved process. It took over 3 hours, but story for another time. Today I'd like to talk about how I managed to finish such a big project as far as I'm concerned, because this is the largest book I've ever written, 180,000 words. My last biggest book was 175,000, and while it doesn't really seem like such a big accomplishment, the longer a project drags on, the harder it is to keep going consistently, right? So I set myself a goal of 7,000 words a day. I'm going to turn around and show you guys my whole process in a minute, but we just get that out of the way first. I like to write 7,000 words a day, but the longer you have to do that for working on the same project, the harder it becomes to just keep going. Normal books in this series tend to be around 130,000 words. So writing something that is like 50,000 words longer adds like a nice chunk to the overall process. I mean, my hands are unwrapped now, but they've been in a good deal of pain. And yes, I am not taking a bit of time off to just rest, recover, and, just relax a little bit, which is important to do when you're done such a big project. So we're going to turn around. We're going to do the turnaround thing. We're going to show you guys on the screen. We'll do the math stuff, and I'll show you proof that I actually did that. So here we go. We're going to turn right around now. Woohoo! Haven't lost it. Still haven't forgotten how to do that. All right, so here it is. Sunscorch, the 8th book in my Rise to Omniscience series. It is now up for pre-order, releasing on December 10th. If we scroll down here, you can see the print length, 554 pages, which is the longest book I've written to date. There is just went up for pre-order. It's doing all right. Right now it's like 46,000 in the Kindle store. Not bad, not horrible, but again, not the point of this video. So now I'm going to, here we go. And here is the title page of my Microsoft Word. I'm showing you guys the manuscript, and if we could come down right here, you can see the 369 Word document pages, which will obviously be different because in print, because these are 8.5 by 11 letter pages. As you can see, the word count is 183,610, it has been just a crazy journey writing this book. So here we go. We're going to move over to the next, and here it is. What just happened there? Hold on. There we go. Okay, so this is my layout for the book, and the first thing that I do before doing anything is that I will write down the numbers right over here. And each number represents a goal for the day. And I find that it's much easier to do it this way, because when you're done for the day, you just leave a little, mark right at the end over there after the number to signify that you have met your goal for the day. And actually seeing it written down in front of you can really help give you like a boost motivation to keep going. Now, as you can see, there are two that haven't been marked down, and that is because I finished my book when I was supposed to be over here. So one of the things that I really like to do is that I'd meet my goal for the day, right? I'd get to my 7,000 words. And then I try to do just a little bit extra, just like 500 words more. And within a few days, 500, 1,000 here, another couple thousand there. Before you know it, you're a day ahead. And being a day ahead of your actual goal, I find helps so much because it takes the pressure off of having to finish something, right? So you wake up one morning and you're like, I have to write this, because I have to meet my goal. But say you wake up in the morning, right? You have to be up to 28,000 words, but you've already written 35. It'll make it so much easier to just start writing that day, because everything you're writing that day isn't something that you have to do. It's something that's optional, something to keep you ahead of your own deadline. And that's how one of the biggest motivators for me when I was writing this was knowing that any day or any 2 days, by the time I got towards the end of it, I could take off and still meet the deadline. So yeah, if you're looking for some motivation, because I have talked to some people, they said they've been finding it very hard to stay motivated, to keep writing. This is one little trick that I have found to sort of trick your brain into thinking, well, I'm ahead, I may as well just write. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go over to my calculator, and we're going to calculate how many words I wrote per day. Now, the 183 is with some extra stuff, some back matter I threw in at the end, and a little bit of a sneak preview to my new series, Age of Ancients, which I will be hopefully launching in January or early February next year. So the final word count for this book is like 180, 178, 5, around there, like 179. So it's not exactly 180,000 words, but it's pretty close. So we're going to pull over to the calculator, and I am going to throw in, here we go, we're going to go 178.5, and we're going to divide that by 24, and there you have it. That is the average word count I reach per day, 7437. And I'm not going to lie to you. Like, some days it was very hard to keep going. I'm not going to say that this was an easy thing to do. Because, like I said, the longer you keep going with any specific project, the harder it's going to be to keep going day after day. Because eventually you feel your artistic creativity starts to burn out, and you want to start working on something fresh and something new. And the longer you make a book, the harder it is going to be, right? It would be easier to write 2 90,000 word books than it is to write a single book that's 180,000 words. It's much harder to write a longer book because it helps to sort of separate that out, right? You write a 90,000 word book, you take a couple of days off, you refresh and reset, and then you're on to a new project, because it's the sense of accomplishment after having finished something that's a great motivator to just keep you going and go on to the next. And if you don't have that and you just keep going and going and going, I mean, this project was so hard that I kind of neglected the channel for a bit while I was doing it, because it took so much out of me. Even though I finished most of the writing early in the day, right? I'm up at like 5 o'clock every morning. I finish most of the project before 10 o'clock. Like, I finish pretty much all my writing by 10 a.m. and then I'm off for the entire rest of the day. But it takes so much out of me to, buckle down. And in the beginning, easier. When you start getting towards the end, like you hit that 130 mark, especially for me, that 130 mark where most books in the series normally end, I hit that. It's kind of like hitting a wall. And that's where you have to push through and just find reasons to motivate yourself. Try and stay ahead. I know it can be hard, I know it can be difficult, but when you reach the end, you write the last words in that book, you sit back, it's a feeling that it's hard to describe. So if you're finding it hard to stay motivated, just use some of the little tricks I showed you over here. to give yourself a little boost. And one of the most important things that I found is that when you're finished, always do something nice for yourself. It doesn't have to be big. You don't have to go out, buy yourself like $1,000 dinner at some fancy restaurant. Treat yourself to something that you normally wouldn't. You know, go out and grab some ice cream. Go just do something that you enjoy doing, and to just mark the occasion that you did it, you accomplished your goals, and that it is something definitely worth celebrating. So with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you liked it. I hope you got something out of this video. If you could just destroy that like button for me, subscribe down below, you know, grab my pre-orders, right? I've got 2 up right now. Win, the 4th book in my Buryoku series, my cultivation martial arts series, is coming out this Thursday. And go pick that up. I'll probably make a video on release day about the release and the cost of publishing that book. And also Sunscorch, it's the 8th book in the series, the longest book, and I have left it at $4.99 despite, you know, thinking maybe I should bump it up in price to $5.99 because of the length. But I think for my fans, I'm going to be keeping it at the regular price because I think it's important. So yeah, if you want to grab some free stuff, 30 days of Kindle Unlimited free down below. Audible too, you can get 30 days for free down there. Also, Sound Booth Theater, they've finally launched my audiobook Rampage. I'll leave a link to their website down below. They have great audiobooks for a really, really good price, cheaper than an Audible subscription too. You can get an audiobook for $10, one with like effects and like a real lot of cool stuff for $14, which again, $14.95 a month for Audible. It's still cheaper if you go through them. So if you're a fantasy fan, if you like that kind of stuff, you can grab all that down below. Also, if you are looking for a cover artist, Mibble Art will be giving you 15% off or adding $15 of value to your cover if you order a cover through them using the link down below and say that I recommended you. So yeah, comment down below with your thoughts too. I always forget to mention that. And while I'm saying that, just ring the notification bell. So thank you guys so much for watching. Keep being super, and I will see you all next time.